Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Dream It, Make It. Today, or really tonight. Yeah, that's right. Tonight, we are going to be getting the Bronco up to temp. We're going to show how I run a good clean fire in the Bronco, the amount of wood chunks I put in it, and how the charcoal is in the Bronco. All right, so a couple weeks ago, I showed the first video on how to get the charcoal in the basket lined up. I'll go ahead and show a video of that right quick. If you haven't seen that video, this is what it looks like to get it set up for long burn times. However, to get the clean smoke, it's very important that you use a very good charcoal like B&B or Jealous Devil, something like that. I know those two work great, so use those. Or if you've got your favorite, use that. But because in that video, I decided I wanted to go ahead and do it the correct way with the correct charcoal in this video and show how this actually works. All right, so in this video, I am using Jealous Devil briquettes. These are my favorite. They're huge. Let me go ahead and pull one out here for you. This right here, you don't want to touch it, it's black, son. This right here is the briquette. I mean, that thing is huge. Look at my fist compared to it. I mean, it is massive. And if you remember the last video, I covered those briquettes with 2 fingers. Those were itty bitty tiny briquettes. And so you definitely want to have a good quality charcoal for the long smokes at low temps, so that way you don't get that nasty flavoring in your meat. All right, so let's go ahead and look inside the Bronco. Let's look at these briquettes. They are huge, like I showed you just a moment ago. I've got them all spun in a circle. I'm going to put 3 wood chunks across the middle, right across that center bar. That way, as the charcoal burns across the basket, it catches another piece of wood along the way. You don't want to overpack this with wood. If you do too much wood, it is going to taste nasty and gross. Also, we're going to place our fire starter on the very far side. I'm going to remove one of the charcoal briquettes and I'm going to put a fire starter in its place, light it, set that charcoal back on top of it, and let it burn across. And that is exactly how I am going to set this up to burn for what I'm shooting for is 17 hours. I think that's what I'll get. It's what I've gotten several times in the past. But that is how we're gonna do it. Now, real quickly, I did the first video like I said, and I showed how to set the basket up. It was 2 layers of that tiny, and then I poured some across the top with the tiny. For this one, it is only 2 layers tall. Round and round we went, and that is how this basket is set up. All right, so in the second video, I went ahead and showed you what those cheap charcoal were burning like and how long they lasted. So go ahead and hit that link above, whatever site it's on. I always forget. Go check out that link above so you can see that video and how long those little bitty tiny charcoals lasted. But I wanted to talk about some things real quick that I mentioned in that video, and that is the flavoring was off. It was dirty tasting. It just was not good clean smoke flavor, and I take it back to that charcoal. Using a very cheap charcoal is not what you want to do when smoking. It's just not. Grilling is one thing, but when you're smoking, you want to have a good quality charcoal like the Jealous Devil. One thing that I didn't show in that video is after I went ahead and lifted up the lid in the Bronco, I saw in the pan completely full of ash. Not the ash pan, the actual pan where the charcoal starts off at. It was full of the ash. It didn't even break through and go through the grates. So I really think that's what was affecting the flavoring so much. It wasn't breathing right because all that ash was right there on the charcoal. It was like caked on. In fact, I've seen this in the pellet smoker a long time ago with cheap pellets in the little fire pot. It wouldn't drop down because all that ash just built up and it affected the flavoring. So it did the same thing in the Bronco with this charcoal, with the cheap charcoal. So use good charcoal. That is the moral of the story in this video. Use good charcoal if you want to have great clean smoke flavor. It's the best thing that you can do. If you found this video helpful and you liked it, go ahead and hit that button, the little thumbs up. Let me know you liked it. Let me know in the comments below what you're doing, how you're getting long burn times, if you're getting longer than 17 hours with a stock Bronco, not the Bronco Pro, just with the stock Bronco. I know some guys are putting the Bronco Pro pan in the Bronco and they're getting like 23 hours. I think they're just dumping the charcoal in. That's awesome because circling it up takes some time. So if you want to get a Bronco Pro pan and do that, that's another great way to get great burn times in the Bronco. So if you liked the video, hit the like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, that really helps me out. And get outside
and make some good barbecue.
I don't know if you could hear him, but he said, and make some good barbecue. But what he really meant to say was make some crazy good barbecue. Right, son? Yeah. Oh.